Ooh, something's pickling away on my pickler. What am I saying? I think you poked my brainstem. Good morning and happy Mother's Day. This will come out much after Mother's Day. I have a DJI Osmo Pocket 3 now. Look at that. Pretty cool. And anyway, I'm just gonna get used to using it for vlogging and B-roll and all that good stuff. But little guy's over there having his milk, and I've already prepared, flip around, I've prepared some onion potato hash browns. Mommy has requested specifically eggs, my special omelets that I make, which is like usually mushrooms and ham and onions, all that good stuff. I'm pretty industrious when it comes to cooking. Like, I'm not an expert chef, but I think I'm pretty good. I'm gonna have to get used to this. So the camera's up here, but I keep looking at the screen down here. Almost maybe it would be smarter for me to shoo, and then suddenly, oh. There we go. He's walking towards me with a with his half-finished milk bottle. Thank you. Oh, he put the lid on. Good job, kiddo. Serve it up. Pass it to Baba. Look, he put the lid back on and everything. Also, you may have noticed that today I'm not wearing glasses. It's because I didn't put them on yet. But I often spend like the first hour to 2 hours of the day with no glasses on, just to try to remind myself what it's like to have no glasses on. I am nearsighted, and my vision is pretty blurry from afar, but it's not like egregious. So I could technically survive a day in the life without glasses. I just have to get really close to things to see. But I can, like George Costanza, I could squint my way through some pretty dangerous situations, probably. We're testing something. My son just pressed the button on my microphone, and it seems to have activated the Osmo. So I'm gonna press it again. Testing. Okay, so this device, this new camera came with this microphone, the older DJI microphone, which is really cool. It's got that Game Boy Crystal situation. But if you press the link button one time, it seems to start recording. I'm gonna press it again to see if it ends recording. That test was confirmed. So it's exciting. If you press that link button, it starts and stops the recording. And listen, I know that for anyone who actually reads instructions, that probably is like whatever, but I don't. So I like to kind of discover how devices work through using them and through by accident. So it's good that I have a baby that won't stop touching buttons and stuff, so he helps me discover things too. Childproof lock. Baby's like climbing oven doors. Okay, so I guess this video is a little bit of an example of how difficult it is to just do everyday things with a baby. As you can see, I'm trying to just cook breakfast, and it's taking octuple the amount of time it would normally take because this guy wants to play. Here's the thing, I understand he just wants to be part of it, but he's just not that good at anything yet. At this point, I don't trust him with a knife. Yesterday, Sherry brought home this. Well, she didn't bring it home. I guess Amazon brought it to our home. And we got it because little guy's got a little bit of rage occasionally, and we're just trying to teach him to funnel it to the right place. And this sweet balloon is the right place. Bam, 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 bam. Boo, boo. He doesn't quite know how to punch yet, but he does. See, he does smack. Can you do a massage? Anyway, this baby's spoiled because we spoil him because he deserves it. This is the start to my special omelet recipe. Onions. Today I have some leftover turkey meat. We're gonna have some cheese, eggs, of course. We'll use some seasoning salt, paprika, garlic powder, and then salt and pepper. If you have mushrooms, mushrooms are always really good in the omelet, and green onion as well. Whoa, no. Okay, my son just threw all the bacon on the ground. I'm pretty easy when it comes to bacon. I like bacon generally speaking, but I do have a specific preference for cook level, and I'll show you. It's like just a little bit longer than this, but it's basically this. So crispy, crunchy with chewy fat still. What is your bacon doneness preference? Also, yeah, if I didn't clarify in the last clip, the special egg is literally just like anything that tastes good, you put it in there. It's Happy Mother's Day. By the way, I'm not a professional cook. You're just watching me cook. So if it's wrong, don't tell me about it because it'll make me feel sad. But if it's right, praise me a lot, okay? Depending how many people, it's typically like 2 eggs per person and then plus 1 extra. So for me and my wife, I typically do 5 eggs because, if it tastes really good, then someone's gonna eat more than the fair share. So 2 eggs per person plus an extra one. So that's 2. Also, remember when I said I'm not a professional chef? Well, did you know that I can crack an egg with one hand? No shell at all. There is one thing I struggle with, is that when I'm cracking eggs with one hand, I always leave goo everywhere. Whoa, what the heck? There's a pinhole on this one. I don't know how to feel about this egg with the hole in it. Okay, multitasking. I know I'm not finished with the eggs yet, but I can hear the bacon is getting crazy. Ooh, by crazy, I mean crazy perfect looking. Oh, baby. Sorry, that is 4 eggs, so we'll do 1 extra. And actually, because there's a half man here as well, then we will do 6 eggs today. I have a suspicion that it's gonna be extra tasty, so that's why I'm going a little crazier. There's 6 eggs. Okay, here's the trick. Splash of milk. Sorry, it's not a trick, it's a recipe. I bet you didn't see this one though. Boom, sriracha shoot. And like I said earlier, a generous amount of stuff on the ground. Seasoning salt, not too much because we salted everything else, like the onions and stuff, they all salted and peppered. A little paprika, a little bit of garlic powder. Normally though, I would actually use like real garlic and mince it, but I was feeling a little lazy about it. And cracked pepper. Okay, and then we mix the crap out of this. Multitasking, multitasking. Ooh, this bacon's like pretty perfect, despite being thrown on the ground. I use a fork, and the technique is just like, be aggressive and spin the bowl slowly as you go. You know what? This video might end up being like a long-term cooking video to teach my son and my wife how to make these eggs in the future. It's kind of fun. You also have to do a little tilt sometimes to get more mixability. I used to watch my mom mix eggs, and like she was like a machine. I don't know how she was able to just like I can't do it. But as long as it's mixed into a uniform sort of nice color, then you know you've done a wonderful job. We're subbing in jam and jelly, jam and toast. And Sherry does this extra special thing that I think her daddy invented, but it's like jam with slices of cheese on it. I don't know. Tell me if that's standard operating practice in Caucasian households, but that was brand new and really shocking for me as a first-time witness to that years ago. You know, I thought about it and it makes sense. Like, I'll eat apple slices with cheese. I think that's fine. That's a nice combination, nice little mix, a little sweet, a little savory. And even more so, we've had like cheese brioche, no, what's it called? Brie cheese, right? With straight up jelly. And that's delicious. So, you know, I think there's something to it, why people like mixing their cheeses with their fruits and stuff, and I accept it now. It's part of my culture. Let's check the potatoes, because we've been cooking those bad boys for like an hour. Oh, hash browns. Look at that. Golden brown. Let's do a taste test. Flavor delicious, not crispy enough, so we're gonna hit it really quick with another hot. I literally bare hand touched that pan. That was really unpleasant. Flip the bacon. The last component is a fruit salad, which I will now assemble. Avengers style. Avengers! Fruit salad. I wanted to talk really quickly about this cleaver that I got. It's awesome. Okay, so blueberries, a nice healthy base. We're gonna rinse these thoroughly. All right, there you go. Okay, we got already half a watermelon. Watermelon's fun because it's so dangerous to cut if you don't know how. The trick is you put it flat and then you cleave the crap out of it. Look at that. Boom. Cleaver. Let's eat the bigger half today. To be honest, I'm really tempted to just eat this as is, like this. Just okay, let me know in the comments your guys' fruit cutting strategies, but this is one way I cut watermelon. You do like a sugar, kind of mark out the triangles. Theoretically, I would just cut it all the way through, but I'm putting it into the salad, so I'm not going to cut it all the way through, except for in the middle, and then I've made it harder for myself. See how I already hashed it? Boom, look at that. Perfect little chunkies. Kind of knew it would work well, and it is working well. Let's test one. Really sweet. Yummy. Isn't it weird that one of the best ways to eat watermelon is just like drag your teeth across? I will say, if you don't own a cleaver, I know I'm not supposed to leave the fruit in the cleaver like that, but if you don't own a cleaver, you don't know what life is, because it's freaking awesome. My mom always used a cleaver when I was a kid, when I watched her cook. Man, I don't know why it took me 32 years to finally buy a cleaver for myself, but it's not even a fancy one. It's like 20 bucks. Like seriously, it has increased the enjoyment of cooking like 5x. Like seriously, it's so much more fun cooking and cutting with a cleaver. It's just hilarious. I just love it. I just feel powerful. I feel like I just need way less effort to cut through things. I feel deadlier. Okay, so now that the bacon is done, it's time to do the very scary part of bacon, which is to extract the grease into a receptacle. And then, I don't know what you guys do with that grease, but we just kind of keep it until it's terrible. And then we drink it. No, I'm just kidding. Do you imagine though? It's like those disgusting videos where people like finish cleaning the sink and then they scoop out all the extra bits. It's one of the grossest trends, and I hate it so much. And I know it's not real, but it still triggers my brain in the worst way possible. Okay, so that's incredibly dangerous, but we'll leave it there for now. Let's test the bacon. Oh, that's pretty much perfect. That's delicious. Yeah, sadly, we're not gonna use the cleaver for the strawberries because it's just illogical to use such a large knife. There is something I want to talk about for strawberries, and I saw this like a long time ago, this like life hack, kitchen hack nonsense thing, and they use like a straw to pop out the stem. First of all, who cares about the stem? It's fine. It's not a big deal. You can just eat a strawberry with a stem on. You take the stem off, right? You skip it, or you can just eat it, who cares? But here's the thing I'm trying to get to is that like, why is the straw the method when you can just use a small little paring knife and just gone. Easy peasy. Yeah, how difficult is it to just chop the top off and suddenly a perfect little strawberry to eat? Hey, that is our red and blue fruit salad bowl. It'd be nice to have some citrus in there, but I'm not complaining. This is gonna be delicious anyway. Okay, we have a little bit of a good news, bad news situation. Good news is the potatoes are crispier. Bad news is you can obviously see I ended up burning some by accident because I was distracted. So that's my bad. But I did taste the non-burnt one. Tastes pretty freaking yummy. But I'm just gonna take a second here and sift through all the bad ones because I don't wanna parsonage in my wife and baby, so. Yeah, but otherwise, the good ones are good. This is a good one right here. Crunchy, crispy, and flavorful, so I can't complain. Really quick, we're gonna do a throwback moment for any old school stream viewers. Some tajin, some watermelon. Sugar, 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 sugar. That's way too much. That's a boo. Next step is eggs. I don't know what your opinions are on it, but we are a margarine family because it is economical for us. We also like butter, but on the regular we use margarine just because I grew up with it, and you can get a big tub of it for like $8. All right, eggs on. You notice that we have an incredibly hot pan. That is crucial for this to succeed. Question mark, question mark. So once it's on, you kind of play with it, you lift it, you drag it so that it fills and gets cooked. And all I'm trying to do, and like I said, not a professional chef, this is just what I've done that I've found to be successful. You know what? No, I'm a professional chef. So you do this, and you just want to solidify as much of it as you can with that high heat. If you're naughty, you can use a lid, but I don't have a lid that big, and I just don't want to wash a lid that big. So I lied, I do have a lid that big, I just don't want to wash it later. Liquidy, you pull it back. It's okay if it breaks up because it's not gonna be a pretty omelet, it's just gonna be a delicious omelet. Another big reason why I would not do well on Worst Cooks or like MasterChef or whatever it is I have no eye for design and I have no care at all actually about aesthetics. I just want it to taste good. And you see on the side I have my turkey and onion mix and lots of slices of cheese. Won't use all that cheese for the egg, of course. Okay, so I did walk away for a minute to let it solidify. That is one thing I've learned about myself personally is that like I fiddle with food too much when I'm cooking it. The more often I can just walk away and leave it alone, the better. We're gonna do a little spread them out situation. So I actually want the middle to be kind of liquidy like that. I personally like it a lot. We're gonna kill the heat mostly. Spread the middle goods here. Pretty beige looking, but that's fine. It'll taste yummy. And then cheese-wise, we'll spread it healthily across so that every bite or every other bite you get some cheese. And now is the fun and hardest part of this whole thing is closing it up. And I am very bad at this. So sorry about your life. I'm about to ruin your eyes because you have to watch me do this, but basically there's two ways. I can either go like flop and it explodes like that. Or otherwise I would have flipped it, but it's just too big. So we're gonna just mush it up. And you know, when we say omelet, it's a very loose usage of the term, because this is obviously more of like a scramble than an omelet. But sometimes when it is very successful, I can proudly call it an omelet. But today is not that day. And that's half the other magic of eating at Kenneth's Kitchen is the name of the food is usually made up because it rarely resembles what its name is. Important lesson, clean as you go. That's gonna just cook. I've actually turned the heat off, but I want it to get a little more well done. No rare eggs here. But next we're gonna butter and jam the toast. Remember I was just talking about that margarine thing? Actually, for toast, we almost always use real butter. Well done toast, nice and crispy and hot. Our butter is looking like it just went through a war. Sad, but still tasty. My wife loves butter, so we give her a healthy, generous spread. You know, as it melts, it'll find its way around the toast. You know, it's a little bit intimate and vulnerable sharing our eating habits, you know? We don't eat like this every day, obviously. This is a special day. But I don't know. There's something about showing people how you do things in somewhere like your kitchen, especially as a non-professional, and you just put it out there and you're like, God, are people gonna judge me like crazy for how I spread butter or how I cook eggs? And the truth is, the answer is yes, people will probably judge. But even more importantly, you have to remember that no one cares. And the people that judge, I don't know them. I don't care about them, probably. Or at least I don't care about their opinion, you know? Today's jam flavor is twice the fruit, 3 berry. And I'm gonna use for myself, you know, I kind of collect jam and jelly packets from restaurants, so I'll jam and jelly myself with one of those bad boys. So that's kind of nice, you know? A little bit white, a little bit purple. And of course, the final touch for Sherry's cheese and toast. Cheese that goes on the toast. Look at that. Is this categorizable as a struggle meal? Can you see it? I think it looks good. And that's a big healthy plate with a side of toast. All right. So Mama's got the jar and I got, courtesy of Denny's, I love orange marmalade. I don't know what about it that I like so much, but I quite like it. But it is made with pectin. Breakfast is done. It's time to tidy this place up. I was cleaning as I went, but I didn't do any major dish pieces, so that's the next step. To get into cleaning and especially dishes mode, the watch comes off because I don't like getting goo and stuff under my wrist. And headphone goes in, and I'm listening to episode 1 of the editing podcast, which has been quite enlightening. I've recently gotten into a game called Heroes of the Storm. By recently, I mean like 2 days ago. It's kind of nice because there's just a couple little dailies you do each day and it takes 20-30 minutes, and that's like my little bit of time to game and decompress. But otherwise, the other thing I've been playing is StarCraft 2. I've gotten Sherry into it, or she got herself into it, and now she's tried it in the past, but this time around she's taking a more sort of interested approach, which is really awesome. For me, really. And it's also, I think it's good for her because she likes it and she feels satisfied when she does a good job. But chores done, little guy's going down for his nap, so just having a chill Sunday, and I'm going to play a little bit of Heroes of the Storm. Okay, really quick. I know I mentioned I got this new camera. So this is the camera that I used to film on, the Sony Z. I actually forget what the actual model is, but I think it's like the Z. I loved it because it did flip up. It had really, really amazing digital and optical zoom. So I got the video of the otters in an old camping video. This is actually a really good camera. It's not good in low light, and the battery is starting to get worse, but it's still a decent battery. And then the audio is just not amazing. So I'm gonna switch cameras now, and I'll show you what the new camera I'm using is. So the new camera I'm using, look how dark it is compared. So let's stand up and show in the light. So it's this guy right here, the DJI Osmo Pocket, the DJI Pocket Osmo 3. I don't know what the order of the words is, but it's quite nice. It's got a gimbal built in. You know, I can do turn around like it's very nice. It's, you know, they're similar in size, I would say. I would argue they're, you know, about handheld, but this one's cool because like it feels like a handle. It doesn't feel like you're holding a small camera, even though obviously it is. You know, I'm still going through growing pains, learning how it works. I'm gonna switch back to the good camera now. It tracks, in theory, kind of. Obviously it's stabilized so I can go running and be silly and stuff, but this camera is not retired. It's just no longer going to be my daily driver. I'll still keep it on me if I need another angle for B. Oh my gosh. I'll show you guys, but Sherry's playing Sons of the Forest right now. And that's a person's bum and legs. Sorry, a little graphic for Mother's Day. But it's a video game, it's not real. Come on guys, it's not real. I don't know about you guys, but I am addicted to watching this guy's videos these days. Ian on YouTube. Shout out to Ian on YouTube. He's living the dream, kind of, sort of. I just want to show you guys this shirt. Mom spaghetti. Anyway, I'm having a little post-nap siesta treat. I'm making I guess it's technically a sundae, right? When you get ice creams, and then you smash a treat on it, and then you put some chocolate syrup on it. I'm doing this instead of, like getting fancy Dairy Queen. And to us, that's fancy. But we have this old leftover vanilla ice cream from when I had my wisdom teeth taken out, and I just would hate for it to go to waste. Okay, so boom. It's a little Sunday treat. That's Sunday on a Sunday. That just occurred to me. Okay, we're packing up, getting ready to go for a little walk. Mama wants a special treat for Mama's Day, and that treat is? Subway. She whispered it. I'm not a big Subway lover, but
I need help.
It does go hard when I put it in my mouth. That sounded naughty. 16 months, and I finally understand why parents put their kids on leashes. He's just yelling no at me while he runs in a parking lot. I wrestled him. We're holding hands now. He likes holding hands. Yeah, thank you. Light? Grandma made you love lights. A 10-minute walk then becomes a 45-minute adventure, which is a good thing. But it's still very time-consuming. If you want to get somewhere quick when you have a baby, make sure you bring a stroller, which we did not do. Yeah, or one day I'll buy my own. It's pretty sick. It's so steady. It's crazy. Okay, we got the goods. He's pressing all the buttons. Thank you. I picked up this little ear cleaning kit. It's like stainless steel ear pulling thing. My mom used to do this for me when I was little, and I always thought it was so fun to see the little tomatoes and potatoes coming out of my ear holes. Spa day. Okay, it's my turn because Sherry's ear was incredibly clean, both ears. I have a suspicion that my ear is not incredibly clean. It might be TMI, but when I clean my ears with a Q-tip, it's like a nightmare. Here we go. Let's see if you see anything. Because some people you can see lots of goodies. Is this the, ooh, something's pickling away on my pickler. What am I saying? I think you poked my brainstem. What kind of dirt? What's the color? Describe it. She says it's black dirt. That could be scab, actually. Or blood. Do you see, like, actual chunkies? Mm-hmm. My wife's going into the mines. What is it? I'll tell you right now, there was an instruction manual card that you're supposed to use a QR code to scan.
I'm just being gentle.
I threw it away immediately. Not interested. You guys ever poke your ear so deep that you feel it in your belly button or in your tongue? That happens to me sometimes when I'm irresponsible with the Q-tip. Do you see my thoughts and dreams?
Yeah.
Well, use the scooper to scoop it out then. The improv wisdom today is I'm going to give you a recommendation, which is to watch Hook. 91, Spielberg, Robin Williams. There's a scene where the Lost Boys, are teaching him how to eat food. I won't spoil it, but the realization there is like a beautiful sequence of watching an adult remember what it's like to be a kid. And that's like a really important component of improvisation. Okay, thanks. Okay, we're gonna do something a little special. I won't show you guys because you can't look at my feet for free. But we're now watching modern day Peter Pan, and by modern I mean 2003. And Sherry's gonna give me a spa foot situation treatment so that I can do it for her. Because I don't know how to do it. So she'll do it on me, and then I'll do it on her. And that ends a wonderful Mother's Day. So, bye. Sexy Snape. I mean,
Snape.
Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Yeah.